Okay, Corin, I will let you explain the horror that I'm about to unfold on the viewing audience. This is going to be Lazy Town. Why don't you explain what this track's all about, Corin? If Corin is there. I don't think he's there. I think he's gone for the break.
There's not really much. I think we're going live here, Jay.
Oh, you're not going to get your Lazy Town in there.
Live, so it might not be time for it.
Oh well, you better hope for a third map so you can subject the listening public to, you know, your torturous Lazy Town.
I am hoping.
Is that the only reason that you're praying for a third map, so you can subject everyone to bad children's TV music?
That's pretty much the only reason, yeah. Otherwise I'd just go home now.
Pack up and piss off, is that what it's all about? He's just about a Lazy Town tonight, folks. He doesn't care about the Euro Cup final. Anyway, pistol round underway here on train. This is going to be the proving ground for forZe, I suppose. If they can get it done on one of the stock maps, perhaps people will have to stand up and take notice. Anyway, Snipes with the first kill. Let's see if Reason can hold down the upper side, because that looks like what the action's going to be happening here. We got Limper pushing through the side as well. Corin, of course, the sort of, you know, I suppose the key to train is playing it with speed. Once you commit to a push, you've really got to get in there quickly, haven't you? Because the rotation for those CTs, if they know what they're doing, can be just devastatingly quick, as we see now with WT and his USP play.
Yeah, you do now and then see kind of games where one team on the T side manages to just kind of go in slowly and get picks, but it's very rare that we see that. And as you say, you've really got to commit, go fast, and don't second think yourself, and kill WT. I'm gonna put out there too.
I do apologise about that. It does look like I did have the overlay up. My bad, but now we've actually got back in game. We got the in-game video running for you guys. Sorry about that. Does happen from time to time. My bad. Anyway, forZe now on the decoff, losing the pistol round. We see we got Com just trying to get that pick onto the side, but not going to happen for him. Snipes with the opening kill from, you can see the mid-trends though. He's going to grab the headshot into a lone. Looks like we are going to see more pressure put on that upper side, but it's not really happening here. WT got a P90. That's kind of special, isn't it?
Special, but working so far.
Not as well as Snipes' M4 though. He's going to grab another 2 headshots to finish up his hat trick. That's going to go 2-0, which, to be quite honest, you'd have to expect. I mean, after winning the pistol rounds, especially on a map like Train, which, you know, Train is one of the harder maps to eco on him, and well, not eco, but actually win an eco. It just doesn't really lend itself to sort of, you know, close range Glock play. AWPs and M4 seem to be king, don't they, Connor?
They do. It's such an easy map to play long range, and against Glocks or even USPs, it's next to impossible, really. And you'll very rarely see, as you said, an eco round go the way of the team ecoing. But it will be the last eco round. They rushed in there to end it quickly, and they got was that their first kill of the game, I believe?
Take a look at the scoreboard. It
was.
Iceberg getting that first kill. You can see we got what? You're looking at a situation where you got Snakes on 6 and 0, WT 4 and 0, only 1 death. So I mean, cash not going to be an issue here for WT and company. Even if they lose this run, I think they're probably going to have cash to repurchase up and probably go for a gun round straight afterwards, just for the simple fact that, you know, they've taken no casualties here in the early goings. Anyway, it looks like we are going to see Reason push the side, which is a little bit interesting. So they are going to know that White Halls is going to be the place to go to here. Looks like we're going to see hoaxfox get that opening kill onto PR. PR started to push into White Halls though, just because he knew that there was going to be a stack. But I think in the situation, that was perhaps the wrong thing to do. I think maybe holding for time and just trying to keep them at bay would have been the smart thing to do. forZe do manage to get the bomb down, but PHP from the back of that inside site getting the kill. Snipes there. He's going to be shut down by hoaxfox's headshot. hoaxfox taking down WT as PHP replies to Hoax. Damage has been done though. hoaxfox picking up 3 kills this round. As we can see, Reason starting to move back in around that site, but Alone still alive here. He's going to be playing from White Hall, so just gets flashed down onto site. You got Limper holding from the back end of the catwalk as well. He's going to be shut down by the AK-47 frag of UN. Nobody on the bomb just yet. Looks like we are going to see Alone start to push in. He's going to get the kills. He does get the kills. Nicely done. UN and PHP both being chopped down by AK-47 fire. And that's going to be the first round on the board here for forZe. And really a very important round. I mean, that first gun round on train, it can dictate the flow of the play for at least the next 3 or 4 rounds, can't it, Corin?
It can, yeah. We've seen a full buy here, including AWPs from Reason, so they're going to try and get straight back on the board. I've got to say, of the things that you wouldn't really expect to see, forZe beating Reason 16, was it 16-3 in the end, I believe, or 16-4? That's definitely one of the things, and another of the things is seeing Reason play CT on train with PHP holding an AWP and WT holding a P90.
you know, I'm not a big fan of the P90. I think it's kind of a waste of an extra $400 on top of the MP5. But WT did manage to get a couple of kills with it, so you can't really fault him. But I think he probably would have got those kills with an MP5. So perhaps a little bit of a waste of money. But then again, he's got an ARP here, so obviously not hurting too much for cash. You can see we got PHP falling back in towards the inside side. He only has a deagle in his hand, so obviously cash still somewhat of an issue here for reason. I guess PHP is going to be trying to grab whatever WT drops if WT does get taken down. forZe starting to move here as Snipes picks up the opening kill onto Limper. That's going to be through side WT though with the ARP kill. Alone pushing through pop though as WT grabs the headshot to Iceberg. This is what we needed to see all along from WT here. Reason definitely, I wouldn't say carried by WT, but they definitely have a much easier time when he's playing the way he is, as we see. Still holding from side. The final kill is going to come down from Snipes into Hooks. That's going to be the end of what was, I suppose, a good start for forZe picking up that first gun round, but to lose the second gun round, probably a little bit disappointing, Corin.
Yeah, and I think they'll also be a bit disappointed. Obviously, they can't watch WT and see if he's getting lucky or playing well, but I've got to say that's the first time WT's looked like WT, and if he can keep playing like that, it's looking better for reason.
Most definitely. I mean, it's one of those situations where you can't really afford to give WT the ARP to begin with, because even, like I said, at 85%, he's better than 90% of Europe's top players. So it's a situation of controlling the cash here for forZe and making sure that you don't let WT carry reason, kicking and screaming to a victory. Now, smoke's been deployed on the inside site. PHP with the headshot. Pierre to back up as well. He's going to grab his own headshot to Alone. Bomb is going to get planted here for consolation. This is what forZe, in my opinion, is so good at. Just making the best of, you know, a bad situation. Lemonade out of lemons, if you will. The defuse is going to go down here. It looks like Snacks is going to pinch it. Nicely done. Is it going to be stolen? No, it's not going to be stolen from him. So, Reason going to get the 5-1 score on the board here. But that's sort of, you know, par for the course on a map like Train. If forZe can make this sort of 9-6 affair, you'd have to say that that's, you know, more than respectable, isn't it, Corin?
Yes, but I've got to say I'm not giving them kind of much chance in my predictions of making it 9-6. I mean, Reason, not just WT, Reason as a team is starting to look like the Reason we've come to know over the last 12 months, and maybe it just took this long to wake up and realise the year's changed and it's time to start playing again.
Perhaps. It could just be that forZe, you know, not necessarily renowned for the Train play. I would have liked to have seen this happen on maybe Inferno, and then we could have definitely seen a second best of 3. But there's still a chance here that we could see forZe pull out somewhat of an upset on the CT side. But the way it's going so far, I wouldn't necessarily. Hooks Flux, beautiful play. He's been on fire so far. He's just grabbed one of the better headshots I've seen all game. WT is going to return the favour though with the ARP shot, but like I said, I mean, forZe are one of those teams where if you do give them a little bit of leeway, they will take it. And as we see, Alone taking down WT, 5-2 now the scoreline, and all they've got to do is win rounds here and there on this T side, and they will be able to shout come the second half. Corin, they've already got that confidence from the first map, of course, so you know that's not going to be an issue. It's just a matter of getting a respectful amount of rounds on the board here, and I think they could very well take this in 2.
Definitely can't rule it out right now. I mean, two buy rounds this early on in the game, they could easily make this at least an 11-4, and you know, even a 12-3, you'd have to say they're not ruled out from winning it on CT.
Definitely not.
You know, there's a whole map left to play, and it's just impossible to predict, really.
I suppose it's one of those trends. I don't want to call it a random map. Oh, nice headshot from PHP. I don't really want to call it a random map, but you know, there's a lot of variables in there. I mean, there's a lot of hiding positions that can be utilised, and they can make all the difference just for the fact that, you know, there are so many cubby holes and spots in the trains that can be utilised. You can sort of negate skill with just the simple fact that, you know, if you switch up your spots and play smartly, you can take those terrorists by surprise pretty much 9 times out of 10. Looks like forZe not having any real problems in getting the bomb towards the outside site here, but still somewhat hesitant to go for the plant, knowing that they do have a man disadvantage. UN still on the bomb train as well, so I'm guessing he is going to have something to say about that. Alone and company do know that he's there because that HE just exploded right near them. PHP is going to be trying to take down Ice. He does take down Ice as Hooks Flux gets the AK-47 frag. Pierre having a peek onto Hooks. And Alone, well, very fitting that his name is Alone, because that's exactly what he is at this point, trying to push forward. UN's going to chop him down with the 5.56 rounds from his M4. And that's another round on the board for Reason. They're going to steady the ship, 6-2 now, the scoreline. And, well, that's going to hurt forZe maybe as... Well, I was going to say it's going to hurt them probably as much as it helped, but then again, it's obviously... I mean, T-side of train, anytime that you can pick up a round is a huge bonus. So I think they're still looking pretty good, even though the economy... Well, they pretty much got the same kind of bank balance as Woolworths at this point. You can see the Deagles being used, so... I wouldn't necessarily expect a miracle here from forZe, but perhaps a little bit of cash damage and maybe a bomb plant is not out of the question, is it, Corin?
It's not at all, no. And you know, we've seen some impressive Deagle play from them already. We know what they can do, and as we've said, it's a very tough map for ecos. But Deagles do have a long range, and I wouldn't even discount a Deagle eco from either of these teams. Both teams have some impressive Deagle skills. And that said, a Deagle does very little against WT's AWP, and he gets that first pick, and he's got that second aside, and that third. He's really back on form now. He's just pretty much back to loving life 2K9 here, to be honest, Jay.
Definitely loving CSS. 2K9 is WT at this point. He seems just, well, he's marauding around the map at this point, looking for kills. He's playing with absolute confidence. This is what we used to see from WT, the sort of player who has... no fear and very limited respect for his, the teams he's going against. That's his 4th kill of the run. That's going to be calm shot down, and well, now a 7-2 scoreline. So Reason, a little bit of a hiccup, losing the first gun round, of course, and losing the I believe it was the second gun round. But they seem to be back on track here now, and I would hazard a guess that this is going to be a sort of, I'd say 11-4. I think that's what we're going to see here from Reason, and. I think Reason's T-side on train, it's a bit stronger than 11-4, to be quite honest, so I do anticipate Reason taking the victory here on train. PHP definitely going to help the cause as Pierre picks up an M4 kill as well. This inside side push being absolutely decimated. Bomb is not going to get planted. Pierre's going to stop the bomb plant there from Hoaxflux. Iceberg starting to push over towards the left-hand side of the map, but he's only going to get the 1 kill as PHP counter-ops him. That's now an 8-2 scoreline, so... I suppose from this point forward, it's really a case of Reason just holding and doing what they're doing at this point. forZe are probably thinking, okay, well we got 2 rounds, but we need at least another 2 here to feel semi-confident. But what do you think they could do to actually get those 2 extra rounds on the board here, Corin?
I think they've got to go faster. I don't think they're using smokes or flashes enough yet, and PHP and WT are just running around the map with these orbs. As soon as the terrorists get anywhere near close to them, they're getting locked down by the M4 play of their teammates, and it's looking like a 13-2 or at least a 12-3 here for Reason.
One thing that I really do admire about Reason's playstyle, they sort of stand alone together, if you will. No man is the team, but every player can hold against the 3-man rush sort of thing. That's the difference between Reason and most teams in Europe. Anyway, let's find out where forZe are off. Looks like we've got a lone just checking out the white halls here. So we're going to see a bit of a pop dog dive as the bomb is dropped in those white halls. Alone really does have to neutralize WT here. I think that's been the difference maker so far. The fact that WT has that huge psychological advantage here of knowing that pretty much anything he arrests his crosshairs on is going to die. Really, Alone now dropped down to 32 HP. He's not in any shape to even try and face WT. So I think this is a situation here where forZe have just got to sort of lie in wait and hope that somebody actually peeks these white halls, but I'm not quite sure if that's going to happen. Now, WT has been shut down. He was actually T-side of mid, of all places to get shut down with that AWP, but I suppose forZe still have to capitalise on this. I mean, it is a 5-4 situation, but you still got 4 Reason players in play. I mean, WT is not the team on himself. Definitely has been the standout player so far, but really forZe are yet to capitalise. I mean, we've seen them again slowing down here, Corin. I think the time to capitalise would have been, when you got that pick onto WT at the T side of mid. If they would have all pushed out, then maybe they could have capitalised. As Alone picks up a TK into com, UN picking up the frag onto Hoaxflux. This is not looking good here for forZe. Alone going to be flashed, and I'd imagine picked off any second here. Yep, there's the frag coming in from UN. Iceberg does reply, but not before UN could pick up the kill. In fact, it wasn't UN, he was shut down. You can see we got Limper there with the AWP. Missing 2 easy shots into that Z connector. Iceberg now falling back, and it looks like he's going to be picking up the bomb, so got to be a quick plant. 4 seconds remaining here. He's not going to get the bomb down by the looks of it. Or is he? No, he's not. No time for that plant. Clock does run down. Reason play it very smart. They decide that, they knew that the bomb was T-side of mid. And you can see the WT's comment, or if you can read that on the video stream, but it says camp for win, which is pretty much what Reason did, though. They fell away from the sites, and very smart play, Corin.
Yeah, it was a better round there by forZe. I mean, they did get it down to a 2-on-1, including a TK from them, but in the end they did run out of time, and as you said, you mentioned when they should be pushing in, and they didn't push in, they took their time and it ran out for them.
Well, that's the thing, I mean, Reason, at the best of times, I mean, you're sort of in a quagmire when you're trying to get position on Reason. At the very worst of times, you're just going to find yourself pinned down and not able to move, which is what we saw from forZe, being split all across, you know, sort of T-side of mid on that upper site. Sorry, on the outside side, I should say. Just really didn't bode well for them, and I couldn't really see them get into the bomb. I was surprised they even got that far. So, I suppose I've got to give them at least some dap for getting to the bomb, but can't give them, you know, I can't really sing the praises about the way that they played after the WT pick. I think that was the time to actually capitalise on it. Now, Com having a quick check over towards Pop Dog to spot UN there. WT also taken down, so this is looking like forZe could actually get a run on the board here. Snipes has got something to say about that, though, and Snipes has played a fairly disappointing game so far, but that was actually a fairly important kill. He's eventually shut down by Iceberg's AWP. This is where we got to see forZe now start to press the action. We see we got Iceberg making his way from those T mid trains. Here's the bomb carry here for forZe, so I think he could be contemplating actually going through the Z connector. No, he's just checking the Z connector. I was almost thinking that he could be thinking about bunny hopping over. He's going to get the plant here by the looks of it. PHP though with the HE does manage to get it off, but no kill as he's shut down by a lung from behind. And Huxflux is going to grab the AK-47 frag to finish it up here. Still the possibility of a 10-5, which, like I said, is a perfectly respectable scoreline. Even 11-4 against a squad as prolific as Reason has got to be... well, you can't particularly cry into your cornflakes if you lose 11-4 on the T side of train, can you, against a team like Reason? Still a respectable scoreline.
It's a respectable scoreline, but it's not the scoreline they'd want, and it's definitely not the scoreline they'd expect after last map. And, you know, suddenly there's less confidence in forZe. They're starting to think, did we only beat them because it was Contra? And it's going to be tough going into the third map if a third map is needed.
I mean, the interesting thing about Contra was we saw Alone actually outplaying WT, which is something that I wouldn't have expected to see, but it looks like WT's found his game here on train. See, we got Com just trying to cover the bomb plant here as it does go down. Snakes with the headshot, and it's looking like we are going to see a retake here. Saying that Limper and Com still in play. Good smoke deployment though from Reason. It looks like they have pushed all the way up towards the bomb train here. You can see UN. Snakes with his second kill. That's going to be Com shut down. That's going to leave Limper as your last man standing. He does hear the defuse. Only a fake defuse though. Does manage to get the headshot to PHP, but Snakes there for his hat-trick kill. Doesn't get the defuse. Really should have got the defuse though. It would have made his kill to death ratio do that a little bit better, but I suppose no harm, no foul as long as that bomb gets defused. Snakes, he's not going to be too fussy about it. 11-3 now the scoreline, and well, Reason, if they can take this sort of 12-3, yeah, that's going to be almost insurmountable in my estimation. 11-4 is respectable. 12-3, I think it's a bit too much to ask, to be quite honest, Corin.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be really tough for forZe on CT, and you never know. They may have just locked down. They may get back their Contra form, or Reason may get back their Contra form. And, never say never. But I've got to say, actually, WT, we noticed him back on form, but he's died, I think, the last 4 rounds without a single kill, and he's certainly looking a lot quieter now. He's stopped just parading around the map however he feels. And I think his confidence taking a small hit here.
Well, forZe have managed to get entry on that lower site, and it looks like the bomb has gone down here, so it looks like they got a fairly good position around the site as well. Saying that, UN actually cutting down Limper. Limper, I don't know what he was caught doing though. His pants around his ankles running around the back of sight, but I think definitely capitalised on that. I did hear a defuse now. Is that going to be a fake? Let me find out. Yeah, it was a fake. Must have been Snakes. He's climbing the ladder here as WT picks up the HE frag. Snakes over the headshot. Looks like the bomb is going to get defused here. Good cover from WT and company. UN going to pick up the frag, and it looks like the 5-7 going to be employed by WT. That's going to be your first half scoreline of 13 to... sorry, yeah, 13 to... no, it wasn't 13. It was 12, wasn't it? Yeah, 12-3.
Yeah, it was 12-3.
GG my maths. Anyway, 12-3 scoreline. Like I said, it's... I'm going to say that's insurmountable, to be quite honest. I can't see Reason doing any worse than picking up 3 rounds. I think it's a lot's going to boil down to the pistol. I mean, it is such a cliche, but it is so true, isn't it, Corin?
It really is. I mean, most cliches aren't true, but the pistol round does give you, especially on a T side, but less so on CT, because obviously the bomb can bring in the money and can be enough for a 3rd round buy, but it's always going to give you 2 rounds, usually 3, and I think if Reason have this pistol, that's game over immediately. If forZe have it, really all they're doing is buying themselves a bit more time.
WT and company starting to move the bomb over towards the lower site. Very patient setup here, not made any noise as of yet. Apart from UN actually bunny hopping down for position, which you'd expect, to be quite honest. If you don't hear at least 1-2 footsteps outside that site, then there's something to really be worried about. Anyway, WT and company now starting to rush forward as UN, and I guess that was PHP's HE finish off Com. Pierre though with the Glock headshot as WT picks up the Glock shot onto Limper. He's going to be rushing into CT spawn. He's going to be shut down by Alone. Iceberg still watching Pop. Not quite sure what he was hoping for. Maybe he was hoping for a cheeky fake from Reason, but that's not going to happen. PHP with a Glock burst to the chin of Ice, and that's now going to be a 1-0 scoreline on the second half here, which is really not the start that Reason, that forZe would have been looking for. The Russians now only 2 points away from losing the second in this best of 3, and perhaps this could be over in the first best of 3 here, Karin, if Reason do actually pick up the third map.
That kid, yeah, that was a really well rehearsed and well executed strat there by Reason to not just plant an inside site, but just surge through into CT spawn and really demolish the forZe defense. WT just behind the shotgun. He doesn't afraid of anything, frankly. You know, we've got an easy 2-0 here, and can't see forZe buying, and that will take it to game point very quickly.
Well, it's just one of those situations now. I think Reason are having a little bit of fun with it after the sort of embarrassment that was Contra. So fair play to the guy. Snake's going to pick up the final headshot onto Limper, and that's going to be the round 2-0. Good old-fashioned Swedish eco coming in from forZe, really. I mean, not much that could be done, so we're going to see now game point here, 15-3 on Train. The first map going 16-4, of course, over to forZe, which many would consider quite a shocking result, but on sort of one of Reason's, not, I wouldn't say one of the weaker maps, because it's not like they'd never played Contra, but definitely not one of the stronger maps, let's just say that. Now, Alone here in the Z connector, all Alone as well. He's going to be outranged. WT, 2 shotty kills. That's going to be Alone and Limper both shut down. See if he can pick up the third one here, which he does. He grabs another headshot to Hux Flux. Looks like PHP is going to grab the final kill of the run. That's now, well, I thought that was game point, actually. I thought that was 16.
No, it is no game point.
Oh.
Your maths is failing once more, Jay. It was still 12-3 first half. It's down to 15-3, and WT swapped that shotgun, not for an AWP, but for an auto sniper here, so this could be fun to watch.
Well, I've got the spotlight on him, so takes 25 health, diving down Pop. He's going to be rushed by Hux Flux. Hux Flux picking up the kill. I think that's maybe the wrong time to get a little bit overconfident, to be quite honest. Then again, they've got that huge margin to work with, so I can't particularly see them not picking up one more round here on that T side. forZe could prolong this a little bit longer, though, and you know, forZe are one of those teams where they will take you to the, you know, sort of deep water, and they'll try and keep you going as long as possible, even when it seems like you know, a completely pointless struggle. And they know as well, if they do pick up the draw here, that that they will actually go, well, I say go through, but go through to the second best of 3 to play for the championship. Now, UN Galil in play. He's going to grab a Galil headshot and then an AK headshot to follow it up. That Snake's going through side as well, so Reason not down and out by any stretch of the imagination, but and again, UN hat-trick kill. That's going to be Limper shut down. Limper, no real AWP reply from him. It's going to leave well, Com as well. He's going to be chopped down by Snakes' fire, so it's now a 2-on-1 situation, and forZe have thrown away what should have been the round here, Karin.
PHP just making the comment, UN and headshots, what the fuck?
Well,
that does finish the map off nicely.
I suppose very fitting the way that did finish up. I mean, UN actually, I don't want to say mediocre, but he's definitely been, you know, mid-table out of the 10-in server. Him sort of coming to the forefront at the end of the you know, second half of the second map. Definitely going to make sure that his spot in the 17th Euro Cup finals is going to be remembered. In fact, it's not even the 17th, it's the 18th, isn't it? Yeah, the 18th Euro Cup finals. Anyway, we will see a third map. What that third map will be is probably being debated on IRC as we speak. So I think the correct thing to do here for myself and Karin is to grab a drink. We'll chill out for about 5 minutes. When we come back, we will have the resumption of this ClanBase Euro Cup finals, forZe versus Reason Gaming. Don't go anywhere, keep it locked. It'll be Jay and Karin back in about, I'd say about 5 minutes. Hopefully, maybe a little bit quicker than that, but probably about 5 minutes. So, like I said, keep it locked. Back after this.